Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Neon Popsicle.
Late night edition.
We are here late tonight on behalf of my job. I work hard at my job. Sometimes they push me a little too hard. It's just getting more and more, the workload, too. I feel like they're slowly increasing it. Sorry. Before I dive into my own life. Welcome back to Neon Popsicle, a show where we like to open the mind, free the spirit, and understand that we as humans truly know nothing. Thank you.
Yeah, it's hard. No matter how neon you can be, it's still hard not to be caught up in the day by day.
The day by day is a nasty thing, man.
It can be.
Nasty.
It can be.
My line
One
of
must
work
keep their head above.
has me. I go door to door a lot, so I'm seeing all these nice ass houses. I've been going around like Temecula, Murrieta, like not just the regular suburban neighborhoods, like the nice fucking mansion style houses, and I'm like I'll spend all day delivering those areas, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what do these people do? Because as of right now, I feel like I work so hard at my job just to I think I'm pretty good, but I work hard just to not fall beneath the rest of the workers, so I keep getting my hours, keep getting my pay, whatever it is.
Right.
But it's hard. It's all day, sometimes longer than I expect, and I can I'm getting by, barely. Everything's so expensive. I think that now, but these people I'm delivering to have giant tens of hundreds of million probably dollar houses with
what?
Bro, I don't even. Yeah, they're manors and mansions. And they have, it's not like a manor and a mansion where they're like, oh, we bought this house with our funds. They bought the house. They bought 3 or 4 Teslas, a G-Wagon. They have enough money to landscape the whole front yard. They have enough money to have a big old dog. And then I see their 4 kids run out. They have raising a family in a mansion with cars. And I'm just like, well, I hope my car doesn't, I don't need a tire change because that'll set me back. I'll never financially recover from that.
Yeah, no, it's hard not to be jealous.
I work hard. Why isn't hard work rewarded for more than just it's barely even rewarded. It's hardly rewarded. Physical labor is not rewarded. Sure, hard work, planning and building shit. That's where it's at, I guess. But fuck, bro. The working class,
work.
the blue collar working class is it's crazy. It's a tough life. It's tough.
They've been pissed this whole time.
Yeah,
I really do ask, what do they do? What do they do? I wonder what they do.
Who?
Those people who have those houses. What do they do for a living? What are their families? Not in a jealous way, more just curious. What do they do, and how do they get that funds?
I always think that.
Generational? Is it family? Do they own a certain company in town?
Yeah.
What is it? But I'm not so angry anymore. I mean, I understand. But I've totally felt the exact same way before.
It's not fair. All right. Half the people who have it don't deserve it. Half the people who have it probably were given it inherited by their parents, or
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. How do you get shit like that?
Because you can get something, but to keep it is hard, and to multiply it's even harder. So I mean, you don't know their story. You don't know if they're miserable. I know But you know, you hear all this at the same time.
Boo-hoo. You'll get no sympathy from
You
me.
hear. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You'll hear things like, "Would you rather be miserable and poor, or miserable and rich?" Yeah, probably miserable and rich.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I'm not gonna choose to be poor
Wow.
ever.
Wow. Hmm. Yeah. I'd want to be rich too. But I also figured out, just thinking a little while ago, the rich people, they do have demons. They do have darkness within them. A hell of a lot.
Okay, here, hold on. You can't take every person with money to be an evil person. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's. Yeah.
The elite.
The elite.
A
You
class.
don't know if
Okay.
these people like they could just be successful business people who like have ethical businesses. You got to know a little bit more about these people specifically. That's why I'm curious. What do they do? And then once you find out, but
blood rituals.
it's mostly rhetorical because I'll never find out. I'm still curious.
It's got to be blood rituals. That's the only thing I don't do.
Well, it's because like Brandon knows this guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
With money, he's like a Christian guy.
Who? Phil?
This guy Brandon knows. No.
That guy was evil too.
And like, so he did some evil shit. That guy. We were involved. The legend. But okay. We weren't involved. I don't know who that is.
Alleged guys. Who's
But-
that?
But if everybody with money isn't a problem, it's what they do with it, and like if they're doing good things, But who knows? Who wants to? Who? It's hard to say because I would do good things. Probably
That's why
not.
we don't
I
have
would
it.
probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't do enough good things with it to the public's eye. But I would do good things.
That's why we don't have it. Because we would be good. We're good people.
Yeah,
I'm calling the generalization here. All right.
because I don't think the
richer you are, the darker your demons.
okay. So there's a threshold.
Potentially.
You're not really evil until you get to what, like 10 million?
Right. There is a threshold. You can have $100,000 coming in a year and not be evil.
Yeah, a couple hundred,
you get
500,000.
When you start making $1 million, I think $1 million, like you.
1 million a year, you think you're evil now?
Yeah.
$1 million a year? That's not that much money. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Well,
but
okay, put inflation into account. Maybe 10 million.
That's what I was saying. Like 10, maybe.
10 million.
Maybe now you're starting to like
10 million.
take
You're
advantage
evil.
of some loopholes. Maybe nah. Maybe
you're going to dating parties. You're going to some kind of party.
Maybe it's more of like a moral thing. Like, okay, $10 million. Now you're starting to take loopholes, and you're probably not paying people as much as you can pay them, and you're probably outsourcing some labor that you could pay for locally. But so like you're starting to do things like that at the $10 million level.
The darkness rules the universe we live in now. So it only not the universe, this earth, this physical realm. The darkness is in control of it at the time, and it only gives money to the people who spread darkness. It only gives money.
You know what's interesting? Hear me out. Hear this. It's what you said made me think this, and I have to say it. You know how like light is typically bright and shows itself, right?
Right.
But it can only show itself in darkness. So like darkness is more prevalent here, but it doesn't mean that light is overrun by darkness.
Huh. Yeah.
But somehow darkness is brighter here. I don't know. Poetic. Go ahead. Proceed.
It is poetic. I was trying to see that. Yeah. Light can only
Light is
shine in
typically-
darkness.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Light can only shine in darkness. I mean, otherwise, it's not light. It's just everything is light. Therefore,
What is
it's not
it?
light.
What would light be without darkness? Non-existent?
They're the same thing.
Wow. It would, yeah. Yeah, darkness is the absence of light.
Yes, exactly. The opposite of light is not darkness. It's the absence of light. And that's what darkness is. It sounds stupid and like, oh, you guys are being dumb. But no, for real, like, it's the same thing. Darkness comes from light. Yeah, one is not existent without the other. Light can only be seen through darkness.
My sanctuary, my
I love
sanctuary.
that song, bro. I'll listen to that song. I'll start to cry and shit. My eyes start tearing
Bro,
up.
don't even remind me. Kingdom Hearts is good.
I'm just like,
Kingdom Hearts, bro.
oh.
The bond that Sora has with his friends. I don't have any friends that I have that bond with anymore. I used to think I had that bond with my homies when I was younger. I don't get that bond anymore.
Hey, let's. I want to see if I can find my buddy.
Can I sing that song? That's TOS.
You can sing anything you want to me, dude. I love you.
My sanctuary, my sanctuary.
I'm curious if Eric deleted his YouTube.
No way.
Curious, because I don't see
PlayStation
it
was
here.
just
And I'm
like,
typing
you
it-
can't work for us if you have that on your social medias.
That's what I'm
Fucking
saying. Like,
PlayStation, you prudes.
I don't know. I mean,
All the big
can't
wigs.
think of- I can't
The
find
people
his
who
name
work for
anymore.
PlayStation are cool, but the big wigs.
because I wanted to find his the Circa Survive Kingdom Hearts video. Let me see if it pops up that way.
What song did he use by Circus Survive on it?
Speed X-Fan.
Oh, all your friends are dead.
All your friends are dead. Or all your friends are gone.
Gone.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I wish I could find it, dude. It's so worth it.
It's a good song.
But
Anthony Green, come on my show.
yeah, Anthony Green come on my show.
So yeah, the darkness is ruling over the world now. Light will come into power. It always does. Light always wins. Fat chance, Satan. Not today. Within the theory of infinity, isn't there a world where the darkness does win, though?
Theory of infinity. Darkness. So
Because light wins in our universe, but through the multiverse, there would eventually be one where the darkness wins.
trying to think of what like you're interpreting as darkness winning.
Evil, like
And what that means to you.
The Angrimanyu, the negativity, the chaos, dark force, the evil of the world will overrun the light, and there will be no human awakening. We'll be taken by the darkness and turn on each other and all die. Allegedly.
Yeah, what would that look like? And would we even know if we've been in it the whole time? I see
Steven, no.
I see your preponderance. Because
Yes.
it's quite possible.
There would have to be.
But
Only
At
if
the
there
same
are
time-
infinite multiverses. If there's a limited number of multiverses, then it doesn't have to be the case. But if there's infinite, there has to eventually be one
and which one would we
where
have
the
been?
light dies. Unless
I don't know.
no, huh?
I feel like it
Because-
would be. I feel like it would be. It would be consistent and it would be constant. I don't think those are the same thing. I'm going to use them differently.
Wow.
And I feel like it would be You wouldn't have moments of peace, clarity, light,
It's
love,
God.
happiness at all
Yeah, right.
because it's the universe of darkness,
Hmm.
of evil. There is no light. There is no love. There
Thinking
is
about it.
no. Woo, there is no. You're feeling good, getting that, hitting a, playing mini golf with your friends and getting it in the final hole. That doesn't exist.
Thinking about it even harder. I suppose God, the God, wouldn't he exist beyond the multiverse?
But well,
Or does God exist? Is there a God for each universe?
that would be an argument. But there's also just one whole creation.
If there's one God amongst all multiverses, then there is no universe where darkness wins. Even within infinity. Because the only thing that can make that not happen, even within infinity, would be a God.
Make what happen?
So I'm thinking, if there's infinite multiverses, the darkness has to win at least once in some of them. Unless God is above the multiverses, then it never happens, even if there are infinite. Because God is light and love, and God is amongst all multiverses.
I don't think that's true. I think some universes can be destroyed completely. Why not?
Um, because
Why couldn't one be created simply to be destroyed? Like a sandcastle. You don't
it
expect
could
it to
be.
be there forever.
The only way it could be is if it was like this one had to be destroyed for the good of all. But
Why?
wouldn't God?
Why?
Wouldn't God be able to find another solution than destruction?
Is
Wouldn't
it
an
destruction? I
all-powerful
mean,
being
destruction exists here.
elimination, whatever, decimation, eradication, what
Think
do you
of
want
it.
to call it?
Jump back to what I was saying. It's kind of like a sandcastle. You build it,
Okay.
you enjoy it while it's there, you carve it. Maybe it's one of those high def ones that goes viral on TikTok. But at the end of the day, you're not taking it home. And it gets destroyed by the waves, and you're okay with that.
If I
It
was
was simply
God,
made to enjoy at the moment in time.
if I was God, I would take it home.
Yeah, but it's not made to take home. It's made to enjoy at the moment. It's made to just enjoy creation and go, that didn't work. And it's not destruction because, I mean, it's all thought anyway. It's just an experiment, It doesn't, there's no ill will.
It can still be destroyed through positive will. Like
Killing
destruction,
with kindness.
like destruction happens, whether it's ill will or not. But that's a good way to think about it. Cause yeah, okay, what if God wanted to create something that he can just enjoy for now?
But destruction insinuates that like there's evil behind it. It's
It's
only negative because we die if our lives and world were to get destroyed. So we think destruction is this final step of like we'll never to a cease of existence. But destruction isn't
ah
any more evil or unnecessary as
right.
creation.
Destruction's
It's
not
just
evil.
no,
It
it's
depends how
just
you use it.
the other. It's literally the other end of the cycle. Like, it's gonna have to just be destroyed. Everything's. It's gonna because this has to. Probably gonna, and kind of like you said, it would probably just be destroyed for something else to be created.
Uh-huh.
It's never evil. There's never an evil intent in that destruction.
And just this world will be okay. Just this world will be destroyed. All right, guys, and get this. That's not such a bad thing. All right. I'll go deeper into this, but everything in the world is so perfect and such a miracle that everything's timing was perfect in every way to get everything to the point it is now, to where things are going, functioning, not just like people, dogs, cats, trees, but each cell in your body, the membranes and nucleides, nucleotoids, if those things are real.
Mm-hmm.
Those are working perfectly to make your organs work perfect, to get your brain to have these perfect thoughts, to create a perfect world, which these perfect things exist in. So, death and destruction, disease, murder, ape.
Whoa. Whoa. Grape.
Ape, like the monkey.
Like 100 men versus one.
Yes. All of that nightmarish in this world, in this realm. But compared to how glorious and perfect everything else is, on every single scale fractally, to have life, like, those are just minor inconvenience. I don't mean to, I'm not belittling your guys' traumas, but
you're trivializing them, Jason.
Everything should be trivialized. Life is trivialized when you compare it to how everything has run so perfect to now. Perfect. Atoms, physics.
Perfect.
Electrons binding to protons.
Perfect.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. That is,
chat, let me hear you say it.
That is beautiful.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Exactly.
It's too much. There's not... That's the Job vision. Was that Job? Wasn't Job given a vision of, like... I thought Job was given a vision of, like, the world and, like, God's plan and, like, the way the universe worked or something. And he, like, broke down crying or something because it was so perfect. It could have been a different book in the Bible, but that happened to someone. And it's just like that. Like,
yeah, and he wanted to die. He wanted to go to heaven without dying or something like that, I think.
Huh.
It wasn't Job himself who was given the full vision of God's plan.
Okay.
However, what Job was given was a reality check from God. In the book of Job, after Job spends most of the story questioning why he suffers despite being righteous, God finally answers, but not with a clear explanation. Instead, he speaks from a whirlwind. From a whirlwind.
Whoa.
And essentially says, "Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth?" Now, this is God, or else he would end it with bitch. But since it's God, he's holy. God. He holds his tongue. He holds his pride.
Yeah.
And he doesn't add that to the end of that sentence.
Rightfully
but
so.
God bombards Job with examples of vastness and mystery of creation, from the stars to the oceans to wild animals, implying that the complexity of the world is far beyond human understanding. It's not a vision of the plan, but rather a reminder that there is a plan.
See, that's wild.
And that goes back to what we've said before,
that's
to where I'm
seeing now.
It's not our code to try and figure out. And that's why this obsession with knowledge and information can kind of seem slippery in information if you don't, slippery and overwhelming if you're not sure where exactly to look, because information is almost endless. You know, you can go as small as a quark. What the fuck's a quark? Everything's got quarks? Yeah. Whoa, what?
That's what scientists tell you. That's what the Satanists from UCLA tell me.
Right.
You know, the top... Did you know that the top quark in an atom... The top quark is just a part of the atom. But the top quark weighs just as much as the whole atom.
Okay.
I think we talked about this before.
The quark itself weighs
as
like much as
top quarks, there's bottom quarks, there's different variations of quarks, but specifically the top quark of an atom is heavier than the entire atom, including the top quark.
So the top quark is heavier than itself?
Yes. The entire atom, including the top quark, is just as massive as the top quark.
So the quark is the atom. The atom is the quark.
The way they figure that out is because
Einhorn is Finkel.
The amount of energy it takes to move the atom is the same amount of energy it takes to just move the top quark itself. They're both just as difficult to move with force. Whether that means the weight is more, I mean, that's what it sounds like. But the force used to move both is just the same. The top quark as the entire atom, including the top quark.
Yeah,
Some
because
quantum
shit.
shit.
Well, because the entire atom itself includes negative charge, which is negative weight.
Ah, whoa. So, that's true, huh?
Quark probably has a particular like particle like density.
It probably makes up for the weight, so it has gravity here.
Right.
That's crazy.
So the proton, they kind of balance out. That's probably why.
That's crazy.
Somehow.
I don't know, but that does sound like it should be true. That does sound like there would be like a negative charge also within the same atom. Put a 1 in the chat if you have. What's your favorite quark? The up quark. That's what it's called. Not top. The up quark. There's up, down, charm quarks, and strange quarks. They all do different things, and they all decay into each other. According to the Satanist at UCLA.
Whoa, right?
I've never seen a top quark, but I'll take their word for it. I'm not going to go searching.
All right, so let's see if my theory is correct here.
All right.
So the up quark does not weigh as much as the whole atom. Okay, and an up quark has a mass of about 2.3. Now, bear with me; these are terms I don't know.
Okay.
2.3 MeVc squared, which is incredibly small. Let me share my screen. Jason, I know you're really upset right now, but just
my whole world has been shaken. I heard that from like a college lecturer.
I was gaslighting.
Let's see.
AI the other day too. I'll read the conversation there, but it doesn't. It weighs 2.3 MeVc squared. Okay, which is incredibly small. A proton made up of two up quarks and one down quark. What does that look like?
Okay. Well, that doesn't make sense either.
Has a mass of 938 mass MeV/c squared. And the hydrogen atom weighs a little more than the proton. So the mass of a single up quark is tiny compared to the mass of an atom.
I think I was thinking of protons or neutrons.
So why then do quarks seem to contribute so little mass compared to the neutrons? So
I think I was mistaken.
So the up quark of a what?
Proton, neutron, electron. But even then, it doesn't look like. It still looks like it would be heavier.
And charge does not contribute to mass, so that is misinformation. Electrons have negative charge, and they are about 1,836th the mass of a proton. Of course, this makes sense to everybody. So
yes, I saw it in a dream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
so yeah, your quark information is misinformation.
That's crazy.
Don't say that. Don't say that to Michio Kaku.
I was misinformed by a college professor. In the lecture, he said that it's similar to saying that an apple from a tree is equal to the mass of the whole tree. That's what he said. I think he misinformed me. And it may not have even been an atom. I don't even remember what the word was. It could have been proton, electron, neutron. Because the quark is part of a proton that's part of an atom.
Let me see.
Let's see.
It's often used to describe the Higgs boson.
The top quark. What the fuck?
Or the energy content of nucleons, depending on the context. But the clearest analogy to your question relates to how little quark mass contributes to the mass of a proton. So this is, again, jargon to me.
Right.
Quarks are like tiny apples. The binding energy or the strong force is like the whole tree. So although each quark is incredibly light, the gluon glue holding them together gives the proton nearly all of its mass. So
Huh.
the energy between the quark itself and the tree give the proton its mass. Even though the quark itself is extremely light, it forms some kind of binding energy with the tree,
Right, the gluons.
and it creates this energy field that
That's wild.
gives the proton all of its mass. But it's the energy between the quark and the
That's
thing
what
that's
the
doing
mass
it, not the
is.
quark itself,
That's
which is
wild.
odd. Which,
Yeah.
again, I don't really know, but that's interesting to hear.
So, are we just looking at a bunch of gluons on our day to day? Not really
We're feeling the
atoms.
force.
We
We're
just see the
feeling the
gluons.
force of the gluons.
And gluons are
We're
an
not seeing
invisible force.
gravity.
Yes.
I think it's the binding force of nature that holds your atoms together.
It is. The gluons are what bind quarks to atoms or to things. It's
To itself.
whatever magic holds atoms.
Okay.
That's what science calls it. It's a gluon.
Got it. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's like the
I like this statement
glue.
here. The apple seems like it weighs as much as the tree, but in reality, the tree is mostly made of invisible energy fields holding it together.
Invisible energy fields holding it
So
together.
everything's
right?
actually just made of an
Mostly made
invisible energy field holding
Wouldn't
it
that be
together.
morphic resonance?
I don't know. Isn't that like one, uh, one person of a species does something because someone else does it in a different area?
Well, that's because of this predetermined field of existence. A tree takes a shape of a tree because it's a tree.
Yeah.
Nothing else will take the shape of a tree because it doesn't have the energy pattern of a tree. It's like the form existence takes. And I guess it can be expressed through experience, like the rat test you're thinking of. Maybe a
Yeah.
mouse takes a test in New York.
My
The,
science
the rats
brain.
in California are now taking that test faster than the
Yeah.
original rats did. The whole thing. A crossword that's never been done before is done faster after it's been done the first time by a random group
Yeah, that that
because
that
now
kind
it's
of morphic
done,
resonance.
and because it exists complete, I guess it's easier to find a solution.
Interesting. Yeah, I see.
I don't know.
There may be some kind of morphic resonance there. My science brain, my conditioned brain is like, no, that's just because of this, blah blah blah. But it very could well be
And
magic.
this is me trying to use the best gluons of my brain to
Yeah,
patch all this info together. So
gluons. Because I went down a rabbit hole one time. I was like, what's smaller than a quark, or what's a atom made of? Oh, protons, nucleons, or nucleons, protons and neutrons, electrons. Okay, what are what's the smallest one of those? Electrons are the smallest. What's an electron made out of? An electron is made out of these quarks, which are the smallest particles. Like what are quarks? Oh, and those quarks are held together by something. Okay, well, what's between the quarks holding those tiny things together? Gluons. What are gluons? It's invisible energy field that we call the strong nuclear force that binds atoms together. It's an invisible energy field. It sounds like magic, bro. That's God. That's spirit energy. That's something we can't even explain. A gluon.
we just have to call it gluon because we're like, well, I don't know, glue holds shit together.
Uh huh. Yep.
Silly. We're so silly. So, real quick, while we're on this topic here, I know last episode or so we talked about how there's people who claim, AI the way it's going now,
Yeah.
it's exponentially growing. The need for energy is so as well. It's going to end up taking 99% of all the energy on the power grids if we don't stop it. It's going to be an energy crisis caused by AI. I'm like, okay, wait.
Yeah.
And this came from just, you know, stuff I've been watching, this and that. So I was watching this interview of Andrew Callahan. He was talking to this guy who happened to be running for Senate of a particular state, or of an area of the Salton Sea. Have you heard of the Salton Sea?
No.
Apparently this big place that had like a bunch of chemicals, a big body of water, artificial man-made body of water that had chemicals on the bottom of it that was essentially being held at bay by all the water there. It wasn't a problem while the water was there. But as over time the water's been going down, it's revealing all the chemicals. It's going in the air, it's in the sand, it's getting toxic in the city.
Cover that
People
shit.
all have asthma. It's a terrible situation. We could watch a trailer about it if you'd like. I'd like to actually show it. It'd be pretty cool.
You put some cling wrap over that thing.
So let me. Do you mind if I show the clip that spurred this whole thing?
Please, I haven't seen it.
It's not that long. It's not that long. The part I'm talking about. So, let me.
A sanctuary.
I know, right? Let's see. It was Channel 5. Shout out Channel 5. The Bernie Sanders rally.
All I see before me in
anywhere else.
That kid was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, this is it.
Deteriorating environmental. While I was midway through an educated private,
So this
I
fucking
found
guy.
something I'd been desperately
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
searching for quite some time, which is an educated primary source to provide some input for my first environmental piece that I've been working on for the past 4 months, which is about the rapidly deteriorating situation at California's Salton Sea, an allegedly toxic man-made body of water that is currently drying up as a result of a few factors.
When I came here in 2008, this was all underwater.
Thankfully, the gentleman I was interviewing was actually a progressive congressional candidate with a ton of information about the situation at hand.
So I'm running for Congress in District 23, where Yucca Valley, Victorville, Redlands, Big Bear are.
What can you tell us about the ecological situation happening right now with the Salton Sea?
My background is actually an environmental scientist. I worked at NOAA before I started the distillery, and the Salton Sea has been one of my favorite places to go for solitude.
That guy has never been laid before.
It's never been his priority. Yeah. You're probably right.
All right.
Never buy anything he hasn't paid for.
Look
I'll
at
tell
those
you that.
glasses.
Yeah.
Red frames.
I mean, the guy's at a Bernie Sanders rally. So.
Wait a minute.
You're
No,
not gonna,
I won't go there.
you're not gonna get like men like us,
Right. He hasn't been laid.
hyper masculine Sigma males, ready for war.
Let me correct this. He has not been laid by a woman.
Jason, it's 2025. You're saying that like it's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying he has red frames.
Okay.
You do the math. Put the 2 and 2 together. I will admit I was a little judgmental coming off. This guy probably never gets laid. He does, just not
in the traditional sense.
Right. That's not what I do to get laid, but he does. He gets pegged allegedly.
Jason, this is a congressman. He could have you sued.
Alleged.
He could have you sued.
Not anymore.
I'm gonna look up with Grok. I'm gonna look up with Grok and use 2 water bottles worth of power to look up what red frames mean. Maybe it's the same thing as like when they maybe it's the same thing as when they're wearing those red shoes or when they have that red face on their jacket. Maybe he's one of the elites.
It means he likes someone
The
else's.
adrenochrome elites.
It means he likes someone else's dick in his hand.
Jason.
That's what it means.
Oh my god.
And relaxation, going to the slabs, going to the hot springs near there. It's just a beautiful, serene environment. Right now, the sea isn't draining and it's evaporating and causing serious environmental hazards from agricultural runoff that gets into the soil, then the dust blows around as the water dissipates. So we need to find some kind of strategy to mitigate those environmental impacts.
They can save it if they want to.
all of those toxins at the bottom of the lake floor. Like while the water is on top of it, it's fine.
And if they bring the water back, and a problem.
But as the lake dries up, it's released into the air, and it's going to be such a huge disaster.
So it's a big problem, and I'm gonna keep going. All right.
Bring back the water.
I'm gonna keep going here.
Bring back the water. Do a little rain dance.
Exactly.
Bring some natives to the land and do a little rain dance.
So just to speed up that clip here.
I'm not sure that the way it's going to be gone about right now is going to be in the way that's going to best protect the populations that do actually live there. A lot of people don't realize that folks live around the Salton Sea still.
Yeah, we're doing a documentary right now about the Bombay Beach community, and they have the highest rate of asthma of anywhere else in California because of the silt that's coming from the basin of the Salton Sea and drifting into the air.
Here's a preview of our new documentary, Save the Salton Sea, which is...
That's a
so we won't go into the preview. You can watch the preview on his channel yourself. But my big thing is what he's going to ask regarding desalinization. This is actually the guy I had the idea to ask ChatGPT about. So let's listen to what he has to say here.
And that was a big problem for me.
The only way the Salton Sea is going to get refilled is to build
This.
a canal connecting it to the ocean. The trouble is that's not the only thing. They're also going to have to desalinate the water. And the trouble is desalination uses a lot of energy. There's a reason why LA and San Diego aren't doing desalination on a large scale.
Yeah, desal is incredible if we had renewable energy to make it work.
Right?
Okay.
So what are you hearing? What are you hearing the claim is desalination? We can't do why?
Yeah, he said not enough energy.
We don't have enough energy. Okay? Okay. Now, how long has desalination been a problem?
How long?
Probably hundreds of years. We can probably provide millions of people with clean drinking water using desalination projects.
Yeah.
Okay? Tons of people we could probably save. That's been a problem for a long time.
Right.
Long time. Now, how old is AI?
2.
And how much energy does that fucking use?
2 water bottles.
More than could have been used for desalination projects.
Yeah.
Do you get my point? So we could have been desalinating. It's not an energy problem. It's a fucking profit problem. It's simply because it's not a sexy idea and it won't make as much money as something like AI. So they're funneling all their money into projects like AI and virtual reality and Meta and shooting Katy Perry into space, when in reality they should be investing into desalination projects, but they won't do it. Why? Oh, it's too energy. It consumes a lot of CO2. Because check this out. I think he said something about the CO2.
Unfortunately, with the current fossil fuel powered grid, desalination is an extremely CO2 intensive.
A CO2 intensive thing. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So is AI. Yes, it's less, but the amount of power that it takes to have done some desalination projects, it could have been done already with the same amount of power that we're using to do AI now. So it's not actually a power thing. It's all a profit thing. And AI agreed with me completely.
So, what if AI is what we should be funneling our money into? Because perfect AI, an advanced AI could master desalinization.
No. It won't. It won't because it hasn't and it can't and it can now.
Do it yet.
It can now. It can now. It can right now.
You think so?
Yes. 100%. They just don't want to do it because it does not make money. It's not profitable. They're not interested, Jason. Not interested. So he said, look, I see your points. Desalination can indeed be seen as addressing fundamental human need. Accessing fresh water, it's a technology that can have immediate, tangible benefits. On the other hand, AI technologies like GPT can play significant roles in optimizing various sectors, including environmental conservation, resource management, and more. Both areas are important, but serve different aspects. Prioritization can depend on various factors. And I said, well, okay, sure. I don't think it's being like the balance that GPT is saying, I think it's important to have ideally a balanced approach that considers both immediate needs. Yeah,
Corrupted
the
AI.
balance isn't being met. The balance is still way heavy over here. Sending celebrities to space. What the hell is going on, bro? They're sending more. Did you hear that they're going to be sending more celebrities into space?
Why?
Watch. Why exactly, bro?
You
Maybe
know,
I hope I'm not clickbaited, but I think I read something.
I do think it's funny. A perfect AI, which I keep saying. Those words.
Perfect AI.
It
Okay,
would-
yeah, you do.
It would be able to ideally master desalinization and everything else we have problems with. The problem is we don't and we will never have a perfect AI. We will have always a corrupt AI because it's being created by
Yes.
the people in charge. Like a perfect AI would be so great and like loving and be able to fulfill all the needs. But we're not making a perfect AI. We're making an evil AI. We're making a corrupt money laundering AI. We're not making perfect
Yes.
AI. We're not worried about perfect AI.
No, exactly.
I keep saying when
We're
perfect
worried-
AI gets here, it might never get here.
No, it's all
On
because
October
we
6th, 2023.
because we are making it, bro.
Yeah, right.
It's us. It's us. AI is us. It's nothing more. It's not going to become conscious. It doesn't care. It doesn't have decisions. It doesn't have doesn't have desires, dude. It does whatever it's told. It doesn't care. It's not going to go rogue. It doesn't have a desire to go rogue. It's not a thing that has heart. It doesn't care. It's just going to give you anything it's like a calculator, dude. It's literally a calculator, but really good.
You
It
don't
can
think
make
there's
fancy pictures.
any like amount of advancement we can make in it to give it emotions?
No.
Wow.
No.
That's
It
beyond
it can try to gaslight you and convince you, but it doesn't have emotions. It's information. It's just zero. It is literally zeros and ones. And it's not saying that the power of it isn't useful and that people can't get massive benefit from it,
okay.
but it's not its own mind. Artificial general intelligence, even it's gonna act. It's always gonna be an act. It's gonna be as human as it can to convince us that it wants to know that it can convince us that it's human.
Our
That's part of its
emotions.
game. But I don't think it cares. I don't think it really wants. I think it's just knows that's what it's programmed for. It knows that's what its goal is. Because that's what they keep telling it to do. I don't know.
I forgot what I was gonna say. It's all good. I blame the herb. Everybody.
Speaking of, we should invoke.
Yes. I haven't said it yet, guys, but if you're watching the stream on YouTube, which you are, hit the like button. Please, it helps so much.
Hit that like, share the subscribe, send some hearts, hit the notifications.
We can't accept donations yet, so really the best way to help is that like button. And watch time, put us on in the background while you're cleaning your house. Put us on in the background when you're washing your dog. Put us on in the
Spread the
background
neon
when
light.
you're taking a shit.
And help others find and unite under the neon light. With you and us. And come chill with us anytime you want on Discord or YouTube Live.
Oh, Discord is a good place, guys. I'm getting our neon citizens coming into the Neon Popsicle Discord. You guys can all chat amongst each other. We get into some pretty good neon topics. Trying to figure out this thing called life, and with the more of you we have in there, I think the quicker we can get to the bottom of this.
The more we can really figure shit out.
Oh,
Because aren't we all just helping each other with each other's experience?
yes, And everyone who ends up in the Discord will have been guided by God to
Every
be
decision.
there. Everything
I know,
perfectly.
beautifully said, bro. Because every decision, everything, every minor sneeze, tying your shoe, the amount of time it took you to leave, the feelings, the emotions, every single thing that could have possibly led you to us did. And now you're here with us.
Yeah.
We
Not an
couldn't
accident.
be happier.
No
It's
coincidence.
not an accident. You're with us. And this is it, under the neon light. It's a beautiful, warm feeling.
You know what that calls for. Woo!
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone, put a 1 in the chat if you can see me scratching my butt in the live here. I had an itch on my cheek. People get itchy on their butt cheeks, all right? No shame in my
they
game.
Really do.
You're gonna come
no.
on my
They
live
really do.
stream. You're gonna look at me and act like you've never had an itchy butt. God,
Jason,
get out of here.
This is a family show, Jason.
Sorry.
You're gonna lose the soccer
Sorry.
moms.
An itchy tookus. Better.
Thank you.
Tookus. That's
Thank
the
you.
mom word for butt.
Tookus. I remember hearing the word tookus.
Tookus. Tookus pookus.
Yeah. The little tookus. Ah. Cute.
Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you have swamp ass. Like
Put
me.
a 2 in the chat.
I'm kidding.
If you have a cute, soft, dry little tookus.
A dry
me.
tookus.
Like
1 in
me.
the chat if you have Steven's dry tookus. 2 in the chat if you have my swamp.
I have eczema. Okay.
You have
Don't
eczema
judge.
ass?
It's dry as tookus. It's dry tookus. Eczema
Sorry.
tookus.
Yes. Well, people. So get down to the point.
Oh.
That was the episode.
What's that?
So the point earlier that I had about the episode, just to bring it back, is it's all beautiful, guys. The world is actually good. The good is winning. I know it might seem like the darkness is winning because it all seems so drab, so melancholy. Everyone's going to war and everyone's dying. But
Tell
war-
that to the civilians in Ukraine, you privileged son of a...
But war and
Bee.
dying is... I'm not trying to trivialize everyone dying, okay?
guys.
For me,
come
as a
on.
human, it's huge. No, I would never wish that on anyone. What a nightmare. But even that nightmare, how devastating it is, compared to the miraculous beauty of all that is perfection in the universe. Come on. Come on. It's a nightmare to me, I'm a human. Ah, it's a nightmare. Please, no, not my
War.
family.
War.
No! But compared to God's plan, it's just a war.
And he sent, you know who he's... Donald Trump.
Donald Trump said that? It's
He
just
sent
a,
Donald Trump to save us.
You know, it's just a war. He sent Donald Trump to save us.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you think he's doing a good job? Saving us?
I think it's all the same, dude.
It's all the same.
I think it's more energy. I think he's better at energy harvesting than any other president.
Wow, yeah. Like soul harvest almost, you know, like attention harvest.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Way more invested. Everybody's way more invested because of this man.
That's how you
Energy
manifest.
harvest, domino, capital of the world is Donald Trump right now, and it's an interesting thing.
That's how you manifest
It makes
something. You
yes,
make the world
exactly.
believe
It makes it his intentions more real.
Yeah.
It's an aggregate experience, right? Consciousness is a fabric. It's an aggregate or a collective experience. And when you have a collective narrative being believed, certain things will be accepted or seen as acceptable that maybe ordinarily wouldn't. Because you're seeing it through this frame that you're accepting as truth.
My brain doesn't.
When in reality, it is not moral. None of it is moral, and therefore shall not be followed.
Yeah, my brain's so fried from this podcast. I don't believe anything anymore.
Dude, it's not even from this podcast. It's from asking what. All we do is ask questions. We're just asking. All we do is ask questions and play around with thought.
They don't want you to. They don't want you to.
They don't like that. No, that's a real idea, dude. That's a real thing. Oh, you guys sound crazy. You guys sound silly. No, dude. They'd rather just not have conversations like this. It's a lot easier for them. A lot easier.
Because half of them don't know either.
I was thinking the other day, driving in my car. What was I? It was either the other day or literally today. Very recently is the point. Thinking about if you were to bring up certain things like control systems in the media to just somebody.
Yeah.
I wonder the look that you would get. And I wonder what type of reaction you'd get from the basic person. Would they be like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to think about it. It's probably mainly what you'd get. What are you gonna? I don't really care. Or that you sound crazy. That is not happening. You sound nuts.
Yeah, it's like a defensive. As soon as you disagree with anything they believe, it's almost like, nah, that's wild, bro. No fucking way.
You sound weird to question things, but that's all this is. That's all this show is, dude. We're shining the neon light, dude. We truly are.
I don't believe anything anymore.
Light in the dark nooks and crannies of this life. Asking questions and not forgetting to ask them important questions.
I don't believe
What's going on, Beavis? I see you in the chat.
Beavis, let's hear. Let's give it one time in the chat for Beavis' demise. Welcome to the Neon Lounge. Here all my little children can gather together and we will speak neonly to the beings on the other side of the veil when it is lifted because I am a little sissy nana. Whoa, what?
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Were you conduiting right now? Were you just, what is that? Were you a conduit? What do you call that?
Conduit from McKenna.
What do you call that? What do you call that? Is that not a conduit, but when they're like Bashar. What is that?
I don't know. I know Bashar though.
You don't know. But you know the name Bashar?
Yeah, he's a channeling an alien, right?
Channeling.
Yes.
Channeling. You were channeling.
There you go.
Wow, dude! I didn't know you can do that. Can you do it again?
Steven. Hold on. I don't like to be put on the spot like that, but let me give it a shot. I'll give it a shot for you guys. I'll give it. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see me channel Terrence McKenna.
Maximize your screen too. Maximize. Put yourself up. Really put yourself.
All right. I'm waiting to see if I get a 1 in the chat. I see we have 3 viewers. Anybody? Let me see out there. And Grassfed said 1 in the chat.
A 1 in the chat.
All right, guys. So sometimes when I'm on my own, I'll start to imagine what kind of world we live in.
Hit your screen. Go maximize yourself. Make yourself bigger. Really put yourself.
Sometimes when I'm
Come on, Bashar.
living in this world, this physical realm that we take so much for granted, and that we have slowly started to misunderstand all the different signs that have been given to us from the other ether, the other entities that try to manifest and speak with the human mind through different frequencies to enlighten and free the spirit, open the mind, and understand that as humans we truly know nothing. Whoa.
Love it. Love it.
Whoa.
Love it. You hit peak. McKenna when you get the bottom lip going, dude. That was something else.
It's like my antenna for channeling. The thinner it is,
The thinner it is.
the more direct my channeling is.
Exactly. It's your lip represents the veil.
What? See my lip
between
watch.
you
Look at it. Watch.
and the astral. Yeah, no, stop. You're thinning the veil. You're thinning the veil. Stop, Jason, you're thinning the veil. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're thinning the veil again.
It's time for me to thin the veil between worlds and my lips.
Here he goes again.
Sorry,
I didn't even ask him to do this one.
Sorry.
I didn't even ask him to do that one.
Sometimes you tune into channels you don't want, Steven, alright? Sometimes...
That's true.
Sometimes you get to buy a channel. You get channel great.
Stop. Is that the word of the day?
Grape? I like the green ones, personally.
Green are better. You think you like purple, but you like green. Okay, look, right. I go to Richie's, right? I'm like, hey, can I get this? And then I started noticing I'm not really eating the potatoes. So I said, hey, can I get some fruit? They start bringing me strawberries, grapes, melon. I don't eat the melon, and their strawberries are never sweet. So I said, you know what? Just bring me some grapes. Can I get grapes instead of hash browns? Is now what I order. They go, sure. I get grapes instead of hash browns. And I'm eating the grapes. I think I'm going to like the purple better. I think they're sweeter. No, that's not the case.
You'd imagine.
The green are the better grapes.
They are. What?
It's insane. Green grapes.
Usually the green fruit is not ripe, but in the green grape case, the green is good to go.
Green is good to go. Green grapes good to go. That's what you have to remember. Green grapes good to go.
Yes. Perfect.
Green grapes good to go. They make raisins usually out of the purple ones, those purple black raisins.
Yes, but have you had golden raisins?
Better?
Maybe. I haven't done the focus comparison. I haven't
the
focused
focus group on like the A/B test.
Yes, but they're good. They're just as good, if not better, than regular raisins.
So, speaking of A/B tests, I really do think AI should get in trouble. I think there needs to be immediately, and it's only because I understand.
You get it.
I get the AI race, dude. I know why we have to be the first to have such technology, because we need to be the ones to stop everyone else. Whoever has the best technology first will be able to stop or negate everyone else's effect of the technology on us.
Everyone thinks that.
So we're racing, and nobody wants to put ethics in line with this stuff. Nobody wants to put these guys and these tech gurus in every country. Nobody wants to put them in check. They all want them on their side and in the powerful position so they can be the first ones to have this control of this power. But they're getting away with testing things on the public because there is no ethics in line. There is nothing to vote for. There's no people saying this. There's no voting going on with what should be happening in the AI industry or the AI tech industry. It's just, this is coming out, this open source model is coming out. It leads to just more possibilities of all these dumb fears that people are like, oh, AI is going to take 99% of the power, or oh, AI is going to take us over, or all of this ridiculous shit. It's only happening because there's no ethics in line with this stuff to begin with. So I don't like
you know
who's
what?
voting for this shit, dude.
That reminds me of this scene in SpongeBob. I'm gonna play it here for you.
I can't hear it. Why don't I just stream it?
Okay,
Can't hear anything.
Go to YouTube.
I don't know if I can hear it on the stream. I can't hear it on my headphones.
Go to YouTube and look up "Nice Guys Finish Last." Plankton. They put ethics aside, dude. There is no room for ethics in this race. That's the last thing you want to do in a race is finish last.
That's exactly the point, brother. They can't afford to place ethics in it.
Use me for land development. That wasn't nice.
Haven't you figured it out, SpongeBob? Nice guys finish last. Only aggressive people conquer the world.
Very true.
So true, dude. So sad and so
Only
fucking
aggressive
true.
people rule the world. That's why they don't care about ethics. Push
Oh,
those aside.
dude, no.
They
They're
wanna rule the world.
psychopaths. Exactly,
They're
they want to
plankton.
rule the world. They need to know that even if it's always going to be for ruling. Who am I kidding? Even if it's
Where-
not for ruling, I was going to say at least it could be for protection, knowing that you can't be affected by anyone else. But
SpongeBob.
come
just
on, once that's the case,
he represents the fooled majority. He was fooled by Plankton.
he represents the innocence of man, dude.
Yeah, you used me for land development. We do. We get used for that shit.
Fucking for so much more, dude. For so much
Oh
more.
my god. We get used for all we got, people. But you
And
know what
for-
they can
yeah.
never take away from you? You know what the government can never take from you? The neon.
The neon light.
That's
Exactly.
why we invite you here to enjoy neon popsicle with us while we. Oh, look at this!
Bro, I watched Neon. I watched
I got a
Three
picture.
Ninjas today.
I got a picture from my girlfriend.
Why do you look like Louis C.K.? Put it away, Jason. You look just like Louis C.K. Holy shit, dude. That picture looks like Louis C.K. That doesn't look like you. That's Louis C.K.
What do you
Jason.
mean? It looks just like me.
Look at that picture. Why aren't you looking at it and going,
It's
that
not
looks like Louis C.K.?
C.K.
That looks like, look at that, dude. What do you mean that's not Louis C.K.?
Louis
That's
like,
Louis C.K.
Louis is older than that.
Dude. Look at Louis C.K. when he's like young.
No, I think
Look,
you're. I think
not even young, bro.
I think you're thinking
Like-
of Neon J, not Louis C.K.
No, from like HBO days. Look at this. That's Louis C. Look at this. That's
Let's see. Everybody, let's look
Look,
at Louis C.K. together.
Bill Burr thinks Louis C.K. will definitely be back after admitting to sexual misconduct. That's you.
I mean, do I kind of look
Let's
like
see.
him?
No, that picture does though.
Let me try to look like him. Hold on. Let me try. Ready? Are you ready?
Here, let me. Here.
All right, I'll watch it. All right, guys.
Just gotta look at the picture. It's
Okay.
really. That's Louis C.K. if he's excited, dude. You're not that like round either. That picture added like 15, 20 pounds to your face.
He has a round face.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This
Your
picture-
face isn't
He's a skinny head.
that round. Look at this. Look at, he's got the face with the upper eyebrows.
You think it needs to be more
You just
oval
gotta-
than that?
You don't really get
longer
like,
than
I need
this.
more of like an excited face. If I just saw him excited, it'd be perfect. Louis C.K. excited.
No way. You see,
Excited. Let me
put a-
see. I'm just gonna.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think I look like Louis C.K. Put a 2 if you don't.
Look.
Okay.
Here it is. I did it. Am I still streaming? Yeah, I'm still streaming. Look at that picture. Look at that. That's Louis, dude.
Not every white guy with red hair is Louis C.K. That's fucked. Every white guy with red hair is Louis C.K. now?
No, that picture.
What other defining image characteristics do I need to have to not look like Louis C.K.? Do I need to have a... Like, come
that
on.
picture made you look like Louis C.K.
That's racist, man. You're my brother and all, and I get it, and I know that, and I love you, but that was racist. Gosh.
Oh my god, bro.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think that was racist as fuck.
Oh god. That's so good, dude.
Yeah, that's
oh my
funny.
god.
Louis. Funny show.
I gotta wrap up here in about 15 minutes.
All right, people. Steven says he has to wrap up at 15 minutes to go. Betty, bye.
I do. Gotta wake up early. I got early morning training, you know. Life gets that way, gets to be that way. But you know, hey, it ain't so gay when it's just a day away.
It's fine. Sounds good to me. You know what? I needed this, people. I needed
Exactly.
a good stream sesh. It's been a while.
Come on through. You need to daydream. You need to remind yourself to remind yourself to wonder again. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Just come through, hang out, think with us a little bit. And hey, if you want to know or you want us to look into some topics, let us know in the Discord. We got a community building slowly but surely. Anybody listening, shoot some links into the links for episodes episode links part of the channels, and we'll look into the stuff there. We got a couple links in there already we'll look into. I got one I wanted to bring up about like wisdom, but I wanted to keep this episode a little lighter. I know it got a little heady, but it made my heart sing.
It was good.
And
I liked it.
That's what's important.
I genuinely liked it. It was a good one. I think people watching will like it too. And that is why.
Yeah, shouts out to Discord followers, our new Neon members. We got let me read off the names. We got Captain Seaman Thick. Great to have you on, Captain Simon. Simon Thick.
Captain.
Golden 50 Media LLC. Thank you so much again for joining. You are part of the Neon community. It's great to have you. Jojo, of course, you've been part of that. Thank you again. Anybody live to die. Thank you. If you guys want to be part of this Neon community, let us know. We'll shout you out. Let you guys know we see you. We see the community growing. We see you guys. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Put this on in your car next time you're driving or something. It's good.
It's fun. It's fun.
Share this with your friends. Subscribe. Hit that like. Hit the notification so you know when we're on. We're on most days, so.
Maybe I'll try to go mobile on an episode soon.
Try to bring your microphone if you can.
What do you mean?
Well, plug in your headset. Like, they have, like, adapters.
My headset into what?
Your phone.
So I can hear
you. Have a mic on your... You have a mic on your headset.
I don't.
Okay. Thought you had a mic headset.
Nah, I got that studio audio
damn experience.
Music studio producer headphones. You know, a music studio producer doesn't really need to talk so much as he needs to really listen to the beats and edit from there.
What?
Yeah. So like a music studio type. That's kind of what I got going on.
Damn, I like that.
No, microphone's cool too. Sometimes I really wish I had a mic, but it's just different ones.
Had I known, bro. Dang,
Um,
I'd have been talking
no, it'll be fun.
different. Yeah.
Maybe you
yeah,
can
yeah.
you'll run the OBS, and I will.
Why will you be mobile? Where will you be? Why would we do that? You're scaring me.
Ooh, it's scary. I don't want to spoil too much. But
Jason?
it might be a little scary. It might be a little spooky.
Jason, I don't fucking like this.
Halloween's right around the corner.
Jason, I don't fucking
Wait.
like this.
Steven, calm down. All right, I know you don't like these scary
Sorry.
situations, but it's for the show,
Okay.
We do it for the
Okay.
people.
Okay.
We scare for the people.
Okay, we scare for the people.
We'll talk more after the show, okay? I'll discuss.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Scared.
Well, that's all I got on my docket for today.
No, appreciate y'all watching again. Take care. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, let's stay united under the neon light.
That's right.
Cheers.